wanted to leave a lasting impression on a interview. And perhaps you've been on your interview journey here recently as a woman in leadership, and you're noticing that things are not working out the way you would like for them to. Well, in this video today, I'm going to share with you 3 strategies that people don't really talk about as it relates to making that lasting impression on an interview. And if you are a woman in leadership, this is the best place for you to be. There's a lot of information I'm going to share with you here on this live stream. And if you have some questions specific as it relates to you preparing for an upcoming interview, feel free to lean on my over 20 years worth of experience as a C-suite executive, a manager, and a director that will absolutely help you to elevate yourself when you are communicating during your interviews. If you all are new to me, this is my mission. I'm here to give you real life strategies, real results, and to really help you elevate how you are communicating and to make sure that you are communicating at a higher level than your peers. This isn't only for interviews. This helps you be able to negotiate higher salaries. This helps you to negotiate contracts. It can also help you to go to that next level in your career. How you communicate is really important. So I'm here to help you sharpen how you communicate to other people and be able to make that big impact on the world that you are looking for. Now, I was actually asked this question by a VP, and she wanted to know how can she conduct herself professionally in an interview and make a lasting impression. So in this video, I'm going to share with you those topics I mentioned a moment ago, and you definitely want to stay around to the end because I'm going to give you everything you need to know to at least get you started to do well in this process. Now, most of the time, people, when they are interviewing for positions, they get the basics right. The basics are, what do you wear? How do you dress? And etc. And so I'm not going to talk about that too much in the video unless you want me to go into more detail on it. But I'm going to share with you the things that I have seen people struggle with as it relates to interviews that will absolutely help you be able to stand out from your other peers. Now, I know I have some people that are joining live. So as you are joining live, I will say hello to you. I will break and say hello because I appreciate you spending a few months out of your day with me today on a live stream to talk about this very important topic. And then we'll jump right into it. So to begin with, hello, Next Star. How are you doing today? Welcome. Progressive Pessimist, hello. And we have WZYIDK. No, I'm not a principal. I'm actually an executive coach and a doctor. So hello, Abbas28. Hello. Welcome to the live stream, everybody. Hope you all are doing well today. If you are interested in trying to elevate how you communicate as a leader and you want to become that person that communicates at a higher level than their peers, then you are at the right place. You're at the right place today. Sorry, I'm so excited today. You're really at the right place. Feel free to like this video if you like this content and subscribe to the channel. I provide a lot of insight to individuals that are trying to elevate themselves as leaders and that want to do really well in terms of how they communicate in their interviews. So I'll say hello to everyone. Feel free to let me know what part of this beautiful world you are joining right now. And I'm going to jump into the ways that I can help you be able to provide a lasting impression in your interview. So let's see, Next Star, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And Valerie Perkins, hello. I'm going to like right now and right here. Thank you so much, Valerie. I appreciate you. And if you have any questions as it relates to preparing for interviews, I'm here to help you on your journey. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the things that we talked about. So as I mentioned at the very beginning, before everyone joined the live, most of the time people have the main things down. They know what to dress. They know how to dress. They know what to appear like in terms of coming in for an interview. But this is the places where people struggle, is sounding professionally and leaving that lasting impression. So leaving a lasting impression, the first thing I want to mention to you that as a overarching theme is I want you to do what other people are not doing. And the very first step that I want you to do when you have been called for an interview and they say, hello, Valerie, hello, Next Star, hello, WZYIDK. We have an interview for you. We'd like for you to come in. This is what I want you to do. First, take a few moments to look at the company. Now, most of the time when people are interviewing for positions or applying for jobs, you might be in a rush. You may be just applying for positions that you feel like are a right fit so you can move on to the next one. However, if you take a few moments to really look at the company, look at their website, look at them on social media and see what are maybe 2 noteworthy initiatives, projects, things that you've noticed that are present that will absolutely be able to help you stand out and be that person that is making that lasting impression on other people. Most of the time, what happens is that people will not necessarily do this. They will go into the interview and have a conversation with it and talk a little bit about it. So I want to share that with you so you have some insight and know exactly what it is that's going on. So give me just one quick second. I am going to take care. I think everything's fine. Hold on just 1 second. Let me take care of this really quickly. And my baby is crying. So give me just 1 second and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm sorry about that. You know how it is with kids. They kind of have their own way of doing things. But hello, Yusef, I'm in. Hello, welcome, welcome. So anyways, back to what I was saying. We just talked about how you can go ahead and stand out and make that lasting impression by doing what other people do not do. So when you are given a call to have a interview, then the first thing I want you to do is to look at their site and to find some noteworthy items that you can talk about in the interview. This automatically makes you appear as if you are professional, and it will also make you appear as a person that knows a lot about this company when other people don't. Most of the time, and I'm sharing this from you as a C-suite executive, as a manager and a director, people come into interviews and they don't really take the time to look up the company, to learn about the company. And the people that I have found that have always stood out in interviews, that actually take a few moments to say something about the company, those are the people that really leave a lasting impression and that really tend to stand out quite a bit. So if you can take a few moments out of your day before you have your interview to set yourself up and have that conversation, then that will be able to make you make that lasting impression and appear as a professional that you are. Now, the second thing I want to share for you in terms of ways you can make that lasting impression is to make sure that you spend some time practicing and speaking. Now, a lot of people think that public speaking is something that is only for TED Talks or big conferences. I'm here to share with you all that public speaking is so critically important that it can be used in your day-to-day conversations, and it can especially be used in your interviews. Most people don't take that time to try to become a better public speaker, which is why you're watching my channel, because I know this is something that you're passionate about in terms of communicating during an interview. So take some time, learn as much as you can. I have a lot of content here on my lives that will help you be able to go to that next level as a woman in leadership and as a leader in general. And so you want to practice public speaking and practice at least what you plan on saying to the interviewers. Oftentimes people don't do this. They'll come into the interview and they're really nervous. They don't know what to say. They say, I don't know, I'm not sure. And if you're watching this channel, I don't want you to be that way. I want you to be that person that absolutely stands out in the interview and makes that lasting impression on other people. So use public speaking as you can to help you on an interview. Now, if your interview is, let's say, tomorrow and you don't have time to talk to me or reach out to other people in terms of public speaking, then take a few moments to go into my third and final strategy that will help you to make a lasting impression on your interview. Are you ready? The third strategy is to think about your strengths and the amazing things that you have done. Okay, that's one part of it. But the second part is you need to talk about those strengths like you are talking to a friend or you are talking to a family member. A lot of times people, and I feel like culturally, depending on where you're from, we're taught not to brag about ourselves or don't speak too highly about yourself. Be very humble. And there is a balance. You still want to be that humble person, but you still want to be able to talk about yourself too, also. And one of the things that you can actually do to do this is to think about the amazing things you've done. So when you have that opportunity, consider those amazing things you've done, and you're able to put yourself in a situation to where you can talk about it freely. It makes you stand out from other people. Most of the time in interview, people are very, very shy, especially women in leadership. Sometimes they don't want to talk. They don't want to say too much, but they want to say just enough. And I'm here to encourage you, say all those amazing things that you've done. Make sure you show the people you're interviewing that you are the absolute best person for this position. And that will automatically make you stand out from other people. So I've shared with you 3 strategies that can absolutely help you be able to make that lasting impression in your interview. And if you are just now joining, I appreciate you all for being here today. I want to make sure I go over these and answer any questions that were mentioned in the chat while I was talking, and I appreciate your patience with my toddler having a meltdown. So I appreciate your patience with that. Sorry, it took me just like maybe a couple seconds to do, but she's good now. But I want to go over these 3 tips for you really quickly and then answer any questions you have as it relates to interviewing, the process. If you are watching the replay, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and you're always welcome to reach out to me on any platform, Instagram, and also on YouTube, and as well on LinkedIn. So feel free to contact me there, and I'll help you on your journey. So the 3 things that you need to do to make that lasting impression on an interview and to present yourself as the professional that you are the following. The first overarching theme was what? If you're watching the replay, make sure you watch this part of it. You have to do what other people are not doing. That's just overall theme when you're trying to really make a lasting impression. But the first strategy was to take a few moments to look at the organization's site, really learn a bit more about them so you can at least have 2 noteworthy topics that you want to mention in your interview to make you stand out, because most people do not do that in an interview. The second is to make sure you are using public speaking. If you have the ability to practice public speaking, do that. It will help you in many, many ways. It's not just for TED Talks, and it's not just for big conferences. And finally, place yourself in a position to talk about your strengths and how amazing you are. Most of the time, candidates are very, very, very nervous about this, and they don't want to talk about themselves. But I'm telling you, you will stand out if you start talking about how wonderful you are. These are 3 strategies that I've found that have really been helpful to people. And I have a lot of my clients that we've done practice interviews, only 1 practice interview or 2 practice interviews, and they have been able to do successfully and amazingly well in their roles. And so I want to make sure that you all have that access to that support. So if you're in the process of negotiating your salary or you're going through the interview process, feel free to let me know. Contact me. There's a strategy session link in the description below, and I'll be happy to provide you with some additional support to help you on your journey as you are preparing for your interview. And if it's an interview you have within the next 24 hours, I'm here for you. We will get something figured out so that I can support you and give you that one-on-one customized support as much as you can. Now, there's a lot of information I have here on my live streams. There's a couple videos I have on my channel that can help you in the intern. But if you are really ready to really do well in these interviews and present yourself as that leader, as an executive you want to be, then you want to consider having some additional support. And I'm here to help you on a one-on-one basis when you're ready to do so. So I'm going to look through the comments here. I know I said hello to most everybody that joined, and I appreciate you all for being here. While I'm looking through the comments, I do want to mention to you all that being here on the lives has truly been a game changer for me personally and professionally. I've had so much fun interacting with you all and answering your questions and going through different scenarios that have came up. I do want to share with you a really exciting announcement that I've been invited to be a member of YouTube's live streamer research panel. And a lot of that is due to you and for you being here, supporting the channel, coming here, learning as much as you can, asking questions. YouTube obviously saw that and reached out to me specifically to assist. And so I'm looking forward to providing with some support and being able to help shape how live streaming is done on the platform. So let me see what was said. Okay. I appreciate the like, Valerie. Thank you so much. and I don't see any additional questions. So if you have any, let me know. I do also want to mention one thing very quickly, that I am launching a new program. It is called The Real Executive Woman, and some of the things that we talked about today as it relates to interviewing and preparing for interviewing and figuring out what to say, how to say it, and etc., and being confident, we cover all of that in the program. So I talked about it earlier today in a video that I released. There is another video about the real executive woman in my videos, and I'll be talking a lot more about the program as we are moving forward to the launch. It is a transformational program that will absolutely help you. If you are a woman in leadership and you are at the very beginning of your leadership journey, this is a great program to get you to that next level, to that executive leadership that you're looking for. It is very high quality, very high touch, a lot of support from me that will help you on your journey. And if you are a seasoned leader or a seasoned executive, and you're at that point in your career where there's a transition you need to make. Perhaps you're thinking about starting your own business, or perhaps you need to elevate to that next level, but you know that you need some support, you need some help to get there. Then I would be happy and be honored to be your executive coach to help you go to that next level and fine tune some of those skills that you already have to put them at that next level where they need to be. So I've had the opportunity to be in very friendly and very contentious situations over the years. So I have that real world experience to really support you on your journey, to give you that real world advice. I'm not here to give you theory. I'm not here to give you fluff. I'm here to tell you exactly how things are and how you can manage those very stressful and crisis situations, especially when you are dealing with boards and other stakeholders and perhaps congressional officials. And also if you are dealing with your traditional office politics or county politics, we all know how that goes. And sometimes it can be a bit frustrating when you're not sure how to navigate those relationships. And so having the support of someone like myself to help you understand how to navigate those dynamics will be very helpful on your journey. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the next video. The next live that I'm going to be doing, now that things are more in a stable location-wise for me, I'm back on my lives as I have been in the past to make sure I'm providing you all with as much support as I can during the week. The next live that I have is going to focus on developing unshakable confidence. This is something that is a part of the program. It's a module in the program, The Real Executive Woman, that I mentioned a moment ago. And it is something that a lot of people, they struggle with. They start feeling really confident, but when, let's say, you don't have access to all the information that you need, or there's something that you're not quite sure about, our confidence goes down. And sometimes it just depends on who's in the room. Your confidence may go down. There may be someone that you're maybe somewhat intimidated by, or there may be somebody that you're just know that maybe at a higher level and you just don't feel as confident as you need to be. Well, in the program, this is something that we really dive into so that you feel confident regardless of what's going on, regardless of who's in the room. You always present yourself as a confident person, even if you don't have all the answers to the problems or answers to all the questions. There are certain things that you need to do every single time when you're having meetings to prep yourself to get ready to address potential challenges that may come up so that you can still appear as a confident person. This helps lead into your executive presence so that you can go to that next level in your career, next level in your business, next level in your life, and make that big impact on organizations, your teams, the world that you're trying to do. So this is the best place for you to learn all of these very real world strategies, not fluff, not theory. I'm here to tell you really exactly how things are and give you some real great strategies to help you think on your feet and navigate those very complex situations where there's high stakes, high pressure. I've been in those situations, which is why I can give you real world experience in terms of how to manage them. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the next video. And if you have any questions for me, feel free to put it in the comments below. I'm here to support you all on your journey. And I want to hear from you. What are some topics you want me to talk about? What do you want me to go into detail about? So I can help you. I'm here to help you. Most of my content is going to come through live streams. There will be some additional videos that are coming out here very soon where I'm going to provide you with an even deeper way that you can really communicate at a higher level than your peers. I'm going to leave that as something for you to just watch and wait for on my channel, but it will absolutely be a game changer for you and give you those real techniques, those real strategies that will automatically set you apart from everyone else. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all soon. And once again, thank you so much for your support of my channel and supporting me to get to this huge milestone to be a member of the YouTube live streamer research panel. I appreciate it. A lot of it could not have been done without you being here and without my daughter watching my babies just like she did a few moments ago when my daughter got a little upset. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Bye for now.